long as we have faith in our cause
I'm Mike.
and unconquerable willpower,
I'm Dave.
salvation will not be denied us.
And this is Between the Lines.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
And we're back.
We are back. It's not
Today-
a full moon anymore.
Today on Between the Lines, we just wanted to, we're not going to do a podcast or anything like that. So go check out our old stuff if you want to. Look at some of our episodes on your rights and things along those lines. But today, really, what we're coming for is there was something that happened yesterday that is pretty prominent in the news right now and is being talked about quite a bit. And I thought that we should address what's going on. So. Yesterday morning, Paul Pelosi, the husband of Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House of the United States, House of Representatives, he was assaulted. Somebody broke into his house looking for Nancy, and they struggled. We don't know exactly what happened. All the details haven't been completely released yet. But we know that a hammer was involved. Paul Pelosi struggled with the assailant over a hammer. It's unclear whether or not the assailant had, I'm not even going to say his name, but whether or not he had had it with him on the way in, or if it was something that Paul grabbed to defend himself. But we just wanted to address it. And first off, send out, thoughts and prayers to Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi and the entire Pelosi family. This is, not exactly the way things are supposed to go. And we don't agree with Nancy Pelosi on a lot of issues, and even personally on some things, but at the same time, she's a human being and an American. So, none of this is acceptable.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to make a short video and just kind of talk about what happened and just put out the message that this is not, this is not the way that American politics are supposed to be. Debate itself is supposed to be heated. It's supposed to be passionate. You're supposed to be lively about it, and it's supposed to get nasty. It's supposed to. That's how you work through things. What it's not supposed to get is there's not supposed to be violence.
Yeah.
People shouldn't be afraid to voice their opinions. People shouldn't be afraid to enact their policies. This is America, and it seems like we're devolving into a place that we haven't seen for over a century, and I think that we need to pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah. And it's, in incidents like this, I mean, it's just, you got to look at it very plainly is that this was the action of a deranged individual who, and barring the people that were the object of his aggression, this was just straight and simple a crime. There was no, I don't know if it was politically motivated. We don't know that. At this point, it doesn't really matter.
There's speculation. There's speculation that he was right-wing, but it's speculation. But it really, in my opinion, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Left-wing, right-wing, central,
you make your own
down
choices. He made his own choices
Exactly.
to do this. So.
Exactly. This and anyone that says that this is the fault of the media or anything, I wholly disagree with that on all points. It's one thing for, we've talked about in the past individual politicians calling for violence, calling for things to get heated, and we disagree with that wholeheartedly. But the media simply reporting on things and espousing certain views is not condoning violence. The media does a lot of things wrong. We're no fans of the mainstream media here on this channel, but in no way should anything that they say on either side, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, Newsmax, or Bob's podcast that airs on some strange website in Montana, none of those should be held account for the actions of other people.
Yeah.
The actions of deranged individuals those actions belong to sit squarely in the lap of the person that committed them. But what we're really here for is we just wanted to put out that everyone should just pump the brakes before this thing gets too out of control.
Well, it's important too because it gets always tense at this time of year, especially given the fact that we're literally a week away from the midterm elections and everything. So, these are opportunities for people to just throw all sorts of nonsense into the mix. So, we the people means we the people control ourselves. We the people stay, in control of our actions. So, your rights are contingent upon your ability to conduct yourself in a orderly fashion.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
So these actions are not indicative of any particular party. Neither should they be utilized or weaponized by any political party in any way, shape, or form. And those that use it in that fashion should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah. And I think that they need to be called out for that. I think the media should be responsible in that regards, is that, no, they're not supposed to be opinionated and just report, but at the same time, they should have enough decency to be able to spot, those instances in which people are trying to take advantage of situations that are wrong. And so this was a wrong thing. This guy was out of his mind. I don't know what his background is. Don't really care. He was wrong. Yep. He needs to be prosecuted. I hope that Mr. Pelosi gets back up on his feet sooner than later. So
he is expected to make a full recovery. The report is that he has some fractures in his hand and in his arm, most likely defensive wounds, and then some head trauma, cracked skull.
It's not easy for an 82-year-old to get back from stuff like that.
Yeah, and again, I really dislike Nancy Pelosi's policies. Yeah. I really don't like her in a private manner either, the way that she conducts herself. But that doesn't matter. Yeah. It does not matter. Yeah. I feel horrible for Nancy Pelosi right now, and I hope her and her family can get past this and find some peace, because there's going to be some traumatic stress that they're going to go through. There's going to be some looking over your shoulder. There's going to be some feelings of insecurity in your own home, and that's not okay. That's not okay for anybody. I wouldn't, if this was Melania Trump, or if this was Ron DeSantis's wife, or anything on the other side, I would be fervently pissed off. So I feel the same way for Paul and Nancy, and I really hope that this isn't weaponized politically for some reason, because this should be condemned by everyone. This should be condemned on either side. This is not a political thing to me. This is not a right issue. This is not a left issue. This is not how we behave. In American civilized society. And a good politician
will point that out.
Yeah, this is just not the way. This is not the way we do things. Yep. And it's not going to be tolerated. And I hope that everyone on the right would feel the same way, and they should be saying the same things. I did see that Fox News had to shut down its comment section on the article because people were raising money to bail the guy out of prison, and that's wrong.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
That's pretty gross.
That's wrong. We don't like it when the left does that bullshit. That's not it doesn't go tit for tat. You can't become the thing that you despise.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't become the thing that you're fighting against. And everyone on the right needs to stand up and realize that this is not how you get messages across. And Dr. King had the right idea. Peaceful protests, talk it over, speeches. If you show people truth and good, and you let them compare that against evil and lies, they'll know the difference between truth and good just by seeing it. You don't have to do anything. And when things like this happen, it makes us look bad. And this is not who we are. So I don't want to see any of the GoFundMes. I know I don't have any pull on the right. I get that. I'm just saying I would hate to see any of that stuff coming from what I would consider our side of the debate. We're pretty centrist, but we lean conservative, so this paints us. And I'm just not happy about that. So I really hope that we can move past this and that nothing like this happens anymore. But again, prayers for the Pelosi family, for a speedy recovery for Paul. I really hope that he doesn't have any adverse effects from this. And what I'd like everyone to kind of take from this is that, this is a sign that we're not healthy as a nation, and we should be striving for more than this. So keep a cool head. Take things as they are. The November midterms are coming up, so get out and vote. No matter who you vote for, get out and vote because it's important. But do your fighting in the ballot box, and not on the streets, and not breaking into people's houses and firebombing and stuff like that. It was also reported that somebody broke into Kerry Lake's headquarters and did some damage there and stole some stuff. And it's just getting to a point now where somebody should say something. And I know that we're not a big channel, but I'm hoping that us saying something will encourage other people to say something, and maybe somebody else will say something, and then maybe we can get to a point where we come to a middle ground where we can at least exist together and talk about things in a productive way. I guess that's all I got, unless you want to say anything more. But I guess the general thing to come out of this is keep the peace. Just cooler heads prevail. Listen to the messages of Dr. King, and keep all of your debates and rhetoric peaceful. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.
Yeah.